Welcome back to M-Mix, the show where I interview friends and inspirations and just, you know, lots of cool people. Um, Today I have a wonderful guest. A furry, a musician, a game dev, pretty much par for the course for who I've had as a guest on this show. Um, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello. Hi, I'm Log. Everyone calls me Log. And I make music, I do game dev, I also draw, and I do a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And IRL, I'm a computer engineer student, so I'm also a nerd, and I'm a furry.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, that's me. I make a song that make people cry, apparently.
Plenty
And
of
then
times.
yeah, and I have just released a song that make your fingers cry too.
Yep. We can get into that first. I mean, yeah. Um, but I had a very specific question for it. Trying to hide your
Yeah.
involvement in it, despite people immediately getting like you guessing that you were involved with it with each other.
The one where I lied about
Yeah,
like
yeah,
not being
yeah.
it. I don't yeah, I talked about Kyo about I talked to Kyo about this earlier, and like I'm like, how, why is no one believing me? I've been trying to like, so like there's this bit where Cheryl likes to like troll the artist that works in Neutron Hexima by like obviously giving away a lot of shit, and I'm like, I'm low key so frustrated that like she keeps on like nudging it like, oh, what if there's log in the new update? And I'm like, no, you're not supposed to do that. And it was a little frustrating, but it's also funny that like they're nudging it. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna engage in a troll and just lie that I'm not in the neutron hexagon. But like, I got reverse rage baited and no one believes me, and they're all like, yeah, it's log, it's log. I'm like, "Oh, yeah, okay, bro." It was it was pretty fun to troll around. Yeah.
Yeah, you did give a pretty convincing argument as to why
Yeah,
you
like
couldn't be in there. I believed it.
yeah, I'm busy with exam, guys. Even though exam ended like a month ago.
Um, and I guess this kind of leads into self my response. Yeah, that's coming out
Yeah.
soon, and yeah, it's
At the time of at the time of this recording, it will be out in 23 hours actually.
holy shit. Well, by the time this interview is out, it'll be out. It'll be
Be
like
out.
6 days out.
Yeah. You
Hell
guys
yeah.
will already hear it. So yeah.
Yeah, what is like
I hope it goes well.
yeah, I'm sure it'll go fine. I mean, like the previews I've heard have been really nice. And yeah,
Yeah.
it's all related to self and all of that because that was like the song that kind of put you on the map, but beyond that, what does the
Yeah.
whole entire project mean to you?
I To be honest, I kind of just it was it's an LP that is it's actually an LP. I don't know why. Kyo told me it's not an EP, so it's LP. But yeah, I feel like it's a release that more so captures this kind of um happy emotional chiptune s type song that I like I am really known for especially self. And so like I feel like maybe after self, if I can make a collection of like this kind of quote unquote like happy emotional songs, I think it would be cool to do like a collection of that. That's kind of it. That's There's nothing really much going on aside from like I want the self my response to be a extension or like a remix of the said song, but like in a more cute, in a more longer, in a more ambient sense. And maybe I can get in a bunch of remixes, which a bunch is only Kyotsugion remix, and just yeah, it's just mostly just a collection of my happy chiptune music in combined into a one set of songs that is like nice to listen to. And I think it's a it's that's kind of it's mostly freestyle and just going to my comfort zone, because like these kinds of chiptune, happy, and like really cute or emotional chiptune musics are like all in my comfort zone style. And so this is just a really safe and down to earth LP for me to make, and it was really fun to do it.
I'm glad to hear. It's
Yeah.
not. It's nice to have a project where it's just like, yeah, I just really like the music and I want to put it out in like a whole separate collection. No real
Yeah.
like big underlying themes or anything. Like, sure, there's meaning in the music, but there's no like long web
Yeah,
of.
there's no like actual storyline going on. It's just like, yo, I can make emotional songs.
Hell yeah,
That's pretty cool.
it is very cool. I'm glad like
Yeah.
um I'm glad that there can just be like with a lot of the art you make, there's a lot of emotion behind it, but I'm glad you can also just realize, yeah, I just like making the songs. And, there's no grander
Yeah.
picture that needs to be made out of it.
Yeah, it originally was only just a song, which is an orchestral remix, hence why I didn't like mention it. But like that being an LP is super last minute, and I asked Kyo to make a self remix in like 2 weeks, and somehow they did it. And so that's also how it was born to it, because like there's no concept. It used to be a song, but I end up making an EP out of it or LP, and I just insert a bunch of my unreleased or already released chiptune music, and I just add in it. So it's just that it's just like fun collection.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't really have much to say on the EP LP thing. It's mainly subjective. Like you can call it an EP, you can call it an LP. I mean, who
yeah,
the fuck
yeah,
cares?
yeah. It's just one character.
Yeah. Um, I'm trying to figure out what the next question to ask in terms of like everything. I mean, I guess still on the musician stuff. You've been very outspoken about being a furry musician, and I kind of want to ask, what does being a furry musician mean to you
Um,
specifically?
ooh, that's. I know that this is good. Well, I know that like most of the answers are gonna be generic, but like for me, I feel like it's a lot deeper than that. So, let me think. Let me think.
Yeah, no, take your
For
time.
me, for me, I think being a furry musician is like it's mostly because like the concept of furry is kind of like in a way where you don't. I know that this is probably wrong, but for me, I am a furry because like it's like this is gonna connect to how NEODITRONIX is too. So, but like it's a tangent. I feel like when I look at the mirror, I don't feel like I'm fully human or anything. I feel like I have some sort of very like very non-human. I'm not saying I'm an animal, but that's a Therian, so that's a different thing. But I feel like I'm something more childish when I look into the mirror, and so I feel like with that, I feel like I that is how I feel as a furry, and I feel like I want as a furry musician, I want to be a musician who express that like super that's that weird niche childish part of yourself into the song that I'm making, and I think that's it. I think that's how I want to be as a for a musician, as someone who's like expressing my well, it works with normal musicians, but it's
Yeah.
a little more on animalistic side where it's like a little
Hmm.
more cute, a little more immature, a little more fluffy. I think
Yeah,
that's how I'll word it.
it makes
Yeah,
sense.
it's it's a niche. It's a kind of childishness that is very weird to explain as a human. I
Yeah.
think that's how I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, no, with the music you make, yeah, that checks out.
Yeah, I'll take that's a compliment.
Yeah, no, it's meant to be a compliment. The way you're
Yeah.
explaining like why you make the music you do, yeah, no, yeah, those
Yeah.
feelings do come out, and I understand it. Um,
Thank you. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, speaking, well, transitioning into Neoditronics, why the dreamcore aesthetic? That's very like unique for um a rhythm game in
To
terms of
be
like what
honest,
I've
it's
seen.
not it I only define dreamcore as something that that is like something that is pretty ambienty and very reverb, like very something that is meant to be uncomfortable for the eyes. And so I think it's mainly just the dreamcore is not really a TikTok like dreamcore term, but for me, like I name it. I want a rhythm game to be dreamcore as like something that gets in touch with your inner past, and I think that's why I want NEODITRONIX to be something that is pretty dreamcore. Because how do I word this? How do I word this answer?
Mhm.
Um, so for Neodotronics, I the vision behind this game that I'm making is that I want to make a rhythm game that is, you know, similar to Vivid Stasis, but in a more deeper sense, where I'm gonna get called out for copying Vivid Stasis. It's not. I found out about the game like 2 years after starting development, but yeah, like I want it to be a game that is like getting in touch with your past in a, as I've said, like in a very like childish way that like maybe allows you to get immature for a little second, and that's kind of in my head. I think that's what dreamcore is, which is an aesthetic that makes you make peace with your childish or your past self in a really personal level. I think that's why I want it to be dreamcore because it's, yeah, it's cute. It's pretty calming, but also heart wrenching in a way, and that's my vision for the game. And it ended up being lined up with Dreamcore, so I just label it as that.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. Yeah, no, yeah. Sorry, I don't have much to say on it. You kind of like hit the nail on the head. I think you got it. Um,
Yeah,
from what I've played, yeah, no, it really works.
yeah.
But,
I'll assume when it's out, Chapter Zero Rewrite is also will be out, so that'll
oh
be
shit.
cool to see you viewers play it, to
Yeah,
see how it is.
yeah, I'll make sure to check it out again. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, what I know Neoditronics is mostly just you in terms of like the development behind it, right?
yeah.
What what's it like being a mostly solo dev?
It was honestly not that bad. I feel like as myself, who is someone who's already like busy in the head, quote unquote in the head, I feel like I actually have much more peace in working with myself. I feel like I it's for me, it's honestly not that bad because I find working with myself alone more peaceful than anything. As myself, who is someone who's already like circling around 20 different hobbies at the same time, simultaneously and shit, I feel like it's much more fun being myself, who is someone who's really like, really really like passionate in this kind of creation artist thing, and I honestly sometimes find working with other people a little a little hard than working with just myself alone sometimes, mainly because they're just not quote unquote fast enough, but I'm just too fast. So I feel like I sometimes, so that's how I I start development with this mindset that I want to make a game that is like, yo, this is the logarithm game that is like something that is fully 100% themselves energy in it. and and so that's also one of the reasons why the rhythm that this Neodotronics was born, which is I've always been itching to like create something that is like a one-to-one mirror reflection of mirror reflection of myself, where it's like some media, something that is like you can interact with it. And like I've always been itching to make something like that since I was like a kid. And that
Damn.
is pretty much why I feel okay with working with myself, because it's like it's a weird thing to say, but like being a solo dev is basically my childhood dream, and it became true, and I'm content with it.
Yeah, I'm glad
And,
to
and it's
hear.
it's not like I'm not gonna take other people to work with me. It's also fun to have friends to work with too.
Yeah, I mean, like, there was collaborations, you've worked on shit for other games, whether it be charting or
Yeah,
like
it's also
music
really
or art.
fun to help other people.
Yeah, absolutely. I I love working with friends and like people I've never worked with before because that's like for me, it is the best way to learn something new in terms of let's say I'm like working on a song with a friend and they teach me a technique that I've never like even considered. It's always fun.
Yeah.
It's like the best way to learn quickly and it's just extremely fun.
Yeah, and sometimes you also have like that burnout in your brain where you cannot make any new ideas. So like sometimes working with friends also kind of help skipping that process a bit, because like then your friend is just gonna tell you, oh, make this genre for me, and so it would be a little easier to find ideas too. And I
Yeah.
I also find fun in that.
Yeah, and this kind of like smoothly transitions into another question. How do you view or go about doing work on your own projects versus doing stuff for others? Whether it just be like making a song
Ooh.
in a cover art for a game or doing charting versus doing it for just NEODITRONIX on your own.
Oh yeah, for this it's honestly just goes like depending on my vibe of the day, to be honest. Like, but I th- I think, at least referencing what is happening in the past few months, I usually prioritize my work first, and then once I start to burn out or like don't feel like working on my game anymore, I have a I have a Discord server where with my friends where I will make a channel of a lot of, it's basically Trello but on Discord, where so like whenever I got burnt out with working with my game, I'm just gonna like open that Discord server and just like look through the list of like songs that I have been assigned with, and I usually just go through that and just finish whatever is on there that is on like the close to finish state. And that kick of like, yo, I finished something for others, it kind of refreshes me and makes me motivated to work on my game again. So it's like this cycle between I'm gonna work something for myself, and then once I burn out, I'm gonna work something for others. And for some reason, my brain fits together with this workflow so perfectly that like technically I'm working 24/7, but my brain processes it in a way where it's not, so I don't physically feel burnout. And that's kind of weirdly cool thing that I found about myself.
Yeah, it's reminding me of like something I said to Cheryl during our interview, where it's like that image of the guy like jumping between two walls, and like the one wall is like the big main project, and the other is just a bunch of small projects, but relabeling
Yeah,
it so
yeah,
the big project is your game and like your art, and the smaller like stack of bricks is the work for others, whether it be like
yeah,
Unbeatable, Vivid Stasis, lots of others.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
true. Yeah,
kind of a more of a silly question than like than anything.
yeah.
If you could choose any rhythm game, no matter its current state or like where you could play it, so whether it's like dead or alive or like just stagnant, to get a new version, which game would you choose and why?
You meant like which game would you want? Like a
Yeah,
two after
like
it?
not like a two, but like whether it's like like a new DDR version or like a new Yeah,
Oh,
like any game. So like whether you want like fucking Figros 2 or some shit, yeah, like what anything on the map. And but you can only choose
oh,
one.
I see now. Thing is, I was about to say sample text, but it just Nebula just got out, so no. Um, I would, I would probably say, I would probably say, fuck, I don't know. Hold on. I'm definitely, I'm definitely looking forward to. I'm gonna open up App Store. Hold, I'm gonna open up App Store so I can see.
No worries. Take your time.
Yeah, App Store search rhythm game. Oh yeah, why not? I think the very funny choice would be. I'm honestly genuinely interesting. I'm genuinely interested to see what Project Sekai 2 would look like. Mainly because like it was funny. I think would be a funny idea to like create a Project Sekai 2. I wonder what they would do. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see how they like reiterate on
Yeah.
the gameplay mechanics of it all and like the
Yeah.
songs and the lore and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe Project Diva, but like any
Yeah,
project
any
goes the same.
project
Like
game,
I want to
yeah.
see how they would remaster it because it's the kind of game that is like not something that you can make a sequel of. Aside from Project Diva, and like Project Diva is kind of dead, so I feel like Project Sekai 2 would be really cool.
I have like one friend who's really into Project Eva, and he wants a sequel so badly, but they're
Yeah,
just never getting it. I
kind of
really hope
dead.
they do one day. One day it'll happen. I
Yeah.
mean, lots of games are getting revived. I mean, Juby just like did a location test for a new version.
Oh yeah, I just
It
saw that.
it looks so cool. The like Cube having the
The
gameplay
cube,
jacket in the gameplay,
yeah,
that is sick. Like
that's
ignoring
sick.
the
Yeah,
ignoring how weird it would be to look at, that's cool. We need more shit like that.
yeah, yeah. I like that. It's a really cool cab. Yeah.
Ah, yeah. And actually, kind of bringing up a spontaneous question. I didn't have a lot of questions. Well, I did have a lot of questions prepared, but we've kind of like been blasting through them, which
Yeah.
it's fine. Cool
Yeah.
pace. Um, I've been thinking about how rhythm games, like at least in terms of indies, have been pivoting more towards arcade design, at least for like charting. And Neo
Oh.
and NEODITRONIX does do that a lot with the mouse movement. Um, I kind of like what's your whole take on that? Like the movement, like s- it went from being like your typical like keyboard like 4 key to like 6 key gameplay to now having like more arcade based thinking and charting with like a mouse or like in Project God Hand you can do shit like crossovers and stuff
Oh.
like that.
Yeah. I was thinking about it for a while. I feel like my theory is that I feel like these kinds of concepts are born because of like mainly because of the fact that like people are starting to get bored of PC games. I feel like there's this kind of I feel like I'm starting to I'm starting to notice between like these kinds of cycling around between like a rhythm game that are mainly PC and then arcade and then back to PC again and then back to arcade, and I feel like these kinds of cycle kind of like feeds on each other as the cycle goes on, and I feel like that is how I think the mouse concepts were born. Because I feel like I think one of the first. I'm not saying that I'm not. I don't really see the arcade in this equation, but maybe a little bit. But I feel like cause like Neodetronic is actually really inspired from games like Osu Catch, or the gameplay is basically just what Osu Standard is, but like a little more insane and also simplified at the same times while having a pinch of sound voltex, and I think with that, I feel like it's because of how rhythm games used to be on arcade with DDR, and then there's an emulator that is a Step Mania, and then also came to the equation, which end up being like one of the biggest rhythm game ever on that era. And then after a few years, Osu slowly dies down into a pretty standard level rhythm games, and then arcade rises up again. I'm just like retelling how I
Yeah, I
did
did.
how I
I
rhythm
yeah.
games.
It's. Yeah. No, I get it. Like I'm
Yeah,
seeing the
yeah, and
cycle
then like
form.
and the arcade are slowly like rising up with sound voltex blowing up, and like 2DX and Tunithum being the fatherhood of Project Sekai, and then we go back to portable rhythm games, which is like, and I think we're at right here where there is Project Sekai being the most like accessible core arcade rhythm game ish, and I feel like we're at this era, and I feel like this is how mouse rhythm games were born, where we're now back in the portable rhythm games era with also arcade, but like it's kind
Yeah.
of sticking around. But like we're probably when once it circles back, I feel like we have this mutual kind of agreement where we're not just gonna make a keyboard rhythm game. Exclude Project Godhand. That was entire different thing,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
like
No.
we all
I.
agree that we need something more than just a keyboard only. And the next accessible thing is a mouse. And since mouse can move around, you can borrow some of the concepts from Osu from and combine and then mix match it with arcade games like Sound Voltex that has a lot of linear and analog movement thingy going on. And then I feel like this is how somehow we end up in Ongeki,
Yeah.
which
I.
is a
There's been
pretty
a lot
funny
of
thing because like
on Geki likes. I
yeah,
mean, I. You've probably seen the full combo post about like the on Geki fan fiction
yeah, that
comparing.
shit sucks. It's so funny.
It's great. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
I feel like Ongeki is this kind of middle ground that somehow perfectly is in the middle between like these two spheres together. And I think with this super insane luck that Sega got, a lot of portable rhythm games on PC lately are basically just like taking ideas from Ongeki and then twist it around their own, which is really cool to see because like you can really see how rhythm if you go through the history you can definitely see how like each rhythm game influence each other in a very weird way that is like a very a diagram of like accessible and inaccessible rhythm games, and it's fun to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my take on it.
It
Like
reaff
with like in Falsas, for example, like it's like a weird combination between like Ongeki and like their own game, and it's pretty fun to see. And like even with my own game, I think when I was making the game, I don't even know what Ongeki is. I'm just like following around. I'm just like taking shit around from like sample text or and Osu and like mix match it together, and it somehow end up in Ongeki, which is really cool, weird circle.
Yeah, no, it definitely reaffirms like that rhythm games are not like this segmented thing. Like they are when people say the rhythm game community, they don't just mean one game or like one section of they mean all games because
Yeah.
the games take influence from each other, they work with each other. It's a very
Yeah,
deep
haha each
web if you
other.
decide to look in and like see what songs are in like what song crossovers are in each game, what mechanics have been borrowed, where the inspiration comes from. Like,
Especially
yeah,
the recent like big ass Shinithan collab.
that Chun the full combo staff server has been going insane about the whole Chunism collab because it's like
Yeah.
you think, oh wow, okay, well definitely gonna be a headliner, but like at least it's over now. New section drops, 9 collabs happen, we all collectively lose our shit, and then they announce that the collabs are two-way, and then we start losing our shit even more, and then the next
Yeah.
thing drops.
The X difficulty and then the 16 and
Yeah, the
whatever.
16, yeah, it's insane. And then like kind of like more back into the community side of things, having people play together in the same store to like unlock it and like it's a bit
Oh
tedious,
yeah.
but being able like really affirming the whole community side of things of like getting fans of your game to work together towards a common goal of unlocking something is really
Yeah,
sick,
yeah,
no
yeah.
matter what.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen a recent trend of these kinds of like community event going on too, which is really cool to see.
Yeah, that's
It's like
like
looking at Pandora Paradox again, which is fun.
I've heard like despite being like tapped into like rhythm games for like a while, I've not done a lot of proper research, so I hear like Pandora's like paradox and just I've heard shit about it. But I've never actually heard it explained.
Yeah, to be honest, I my memories it's so long ago that my memories are already kind of hazy, but I feel like it just reminds me of Pandora Paradox because of how Sega is genuinely just like insane at making a content, and like I feel like every time we got reminded of Pandora Paradox is that like that feeling where like they really be doing any shit and it worked and it became popular. Like
Yeah,
I think as far as I've known, Pandora Paradox is like I think the inventor of boss songs, the concept of boss songs for video games, I think.
we can look that. I'm gonna look that up because I don't.
It's like
Uh,
so long ago. I've heard my friends talking about it on how like Pandora Paradox is like historically the first ever rhythm game boss music. Like the quote unquote
whoa.
boss, which is fun.
What? Okay. Well, that's the my wiki. I'm looking for Chunithm. Remy wiki. What about you?
I mean, it's
Uh.
Pandora Paradox is a My song. I'm talking about how
Oh.
My is.
Oh yeah. Shit. I thought it was a.
Bro thought Pandora Paradox is a Chunithm
I'm
song.
I'm sorry. I'm stupid as fuck. Like I said, I don't. I'm not that knowledgeable on rhythm games, at least with the arcades, on the arcade side of thing, because I live in like bumfuck nowhere, Tennessee. You
I get it,
there's not
yeah.
like there's not an arcade within like maybe there's like one 45 minutes away that's like has at least one rhythm game, but it's like Dave and Buster's and you go there to play DDR. There's not like there's no Tunithm, no My, there no Poppin', no absolutely zero shit. There's like
I
there's an
see.
arcade 3 hours away though that has I'm trying to remember like I think Crossbeats, that dead game, that still has
Oh,
like yeah, Crossbeats, fucking Rhythm Tengoku with the arcade port of that. I really want to go there so I can try it. But yeah,
I
um,
see, yeah.
Pandora Box. Was it
Probably not.
Pandora?
Someone correct me on the comments, but I'm pretty sure I was right, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking like um main category selecting Pandora Box, Master Chart. Yeah, lots of
Pretty sure
unlock
there's also
conditions.
yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a documentary about it somewhere about but yeah.
Interesting, interesting. I'll have to do my research later. I apologize for not knowing. Please, I bet when this is gonna premiere, I'm gonna get like fucking flamed in the comments. Like I said, I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I
I
didn't
kind of
know.
feel it too for myself. I kind of feel like someone's gotta correct that.
We
Maybe Freedom
apologize.
Dive is the first boss songs, maybe? I don't know.
We do not know much. We apologize. Don't flame us. Feel free to correct us. Be respectful about it. Just don't be an asshole, please. Um. All right. This next question is kind of a bit personal, but
Yeah.
feel free to like skip out on answering it if you don't want to. But like, um, a lot seeing you figure yourself out while in the spotlight of the internet has been like, um, really helpful, at least for me,
Was
in terms
that?
of like figuring my like because I've been on the like, but before I learned I was trans or like anything,
Oh,
and like before a lot of like newer parts of my identity were like established, I was still on the internet being like making music and putting shit out. Um, and figuring yourself out while you're in the spotlight because of a like a very popular game or something. It's really daunting, but you've done really well with that in turn.
really? I
I
see.
I mean, like yeah, I mean, I think you've done well with it in terms of like at least like handling it well.
Oh, yeah, yeah. What was the question again?
Yeah, well, it wasn't really a question, it was more like your whole side of the thing of terms of like figuring yourself out while in the spotlight of the internet and
Oh,
like
yeah.
on social
To be
media.
honest, dude, I'm not that I'm honestly not that internet addicted. Like I'm not really addicted to Twitter that much. So like honestly, I don't know. I'm just like
You're just
happy go
existing.
lucky.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I'm
that's
just
fair.
like yeah.
No, that
I'm just
that
happy go lucky and like develop myself as I've wished and like I guess I'm just lucky that I happen to develop myself in a way that is not harmful, that isn't starting an uproar to the internet. I think I'm just lucky that the things I do are normal.
yeah, no, that's fair. Like that that was probably like an answer I could have expected. Um,
Yeah.
but still, no, it's fair. I'm not that tapped into the internet at all. Well, I mean, I am enough to like
I'm
post on Twitter
not tapped into
occasionally.
the internet is a
I'm
funny it's such a
funny
funny thought.
sentence, funny sentence, not that like I'm not I wouldn't call myself like too brainer. Like I do make 6, 7 jokes. I do like do the joke of the week or whatever. But
I mean, yeah.
I'm not that deep in the internet rabbit holes or like anything. Like it's not something I'm always aware of 24/7. But I do
Yeah,
know
yeah.
that like the internet has this habit of like looking at your past no matter what, or like
Oh,
seeing who you
yeah.
were before you who you were or like who you are now and bringing light to that. And it's like on one hand, I understand why people do that. I mean, hell, I look at Wikipedia articles all the time for like some of my favorite artists, and I
Oh,
mean,
yeah,
and
the controversies heading
well,
and
not
then
really controversies, more just the history of the artist behind them, like sell,
oh, yeah. I
but wanting to move
see.
on from their past work, I guess.
Oh, yeah, I see, I see. Yeah, I wasn't really afraid of that, mainly because, like, ever since I started social climbing during, like, back in my Osu days, like, half a decade ago, like, 5, 6 years ago, or not it's like I think this year I'm turning 8 in terms of my internet years. So like 8 years ago, I'm like I've always since 8 years ago, I've always been like someone who's like building my image up as someone who's pretty like timid or like someone who's like not really into this something that is like very taboo-ish. I feel like I'm someone who's like pretty I'm not innocent. I'm not saying I'm innocent, but I feel like I've always been building myself as someone who's like very like on the whole on more on the wholesome side of this spectrum and not really having the balls to do something risky. So I feel like because I'm aware that I'm someone who's like always in this super cute, super wholesome side of the internet, I feel like I'm even if they brought up something about my past, like I feel like 80% of them are probably gonna be something that is on a more positive side of most of the things. And I think that's how I am not really afraid when someone tries to dig up my past, unless you want to see my like 11-year-old, not 11, like 13-year-old doom posting, anime posting or whatever. I don't care about that. I have an arc. It's fine.
Yeah, no, that's fair. It's
Yeah.
yeah, it's just a very convoluted thing to talk about in terms of like
I can see why people would be afraid of that though, because like I can definitely see, like when I was a teen, when I'm looking back at my teenager or like my young days, I can definitely see that there is a lot of opportunities in my life where I might do something terrible, and with that one decision, I spiraled down, and then creates this very dark, like I can definitely see myself spiraling down to this like a bad rabbit hole that I will definitely regret if someone brought that up. I can definitely see that. I feel like this is the side of the internet that I'm the part of the internet that I really like don't like, which is that like how easily you are for you to like spiral down and create this like this footprints that like you rather forget. It's like it's I can definitely see a lot of opportunities I can make mistakes in. It's not like I'm out of touch. I can definitely see it. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I don't have that. Like my presence online, there's nothing really problematic I've ever done. Like I've done some dumb shit online, but it's more like dumb shit, not like
Wholesome dumb.
like wholesome dumb, not problematic dumb, not like, you
Hmm.
know, not anything bad, just it's probably shit you probably shouldn't do while you're online. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's something like I'm not it's not something I worry about too much. It's more so the whole figuring out myself as a person while being online and a musician, and people have to like either accept who I am and like are okay with that, or they're just gonna fuck off. And if they do fuck
Oh
off, well,
yeah.
that's not my problem. That's
Yeah, I
theirs.
also have that mindset whenever I'm like coming out as whatever. I always like if you don't fuck with me then bye. I don't care.
Yeah, that is the same kind of mentality I have. Um,
Yeah.
and while this like last question was more about the past, this next question is more about the future.
Yeah.
What do you see yourself doing after NEODITRONIX once it's all said and done? I know it's like it's just getting started, but like,
Yeah. I would definitely I am definitely thinking of I did think about it a lot of time in the past. I feel like if it's done, I'm probably gonna make something that is still fiction based. I'm definitely gonna make a next game. I'm not gonna quit game dev, but my next project after this one is probably gonna be something that is much more um wholesome, because right now the concept of neuroelectronics is already like really delving into the denpa side of the whole genre of games, and like it's already delving into this deep, super dark psychological horror sphere already. So I feel like if I finish this, the next game is probably gonna be something that is much more down to earth, something that's much more wholesome and more, I'm not gonna say commercial, but like something that is a
more
lot more accessible. Yeah,
tonally
more
bright,
acceptable to a lot of fan base and not just one niche fan base. Next game is probably gonna be something like that, but I'm definitely gonna still stay in this philosophical, really deep in the philosophical side more. I'm definitely gonna still stay in this philosophical sphere of narrative storytelling, just like NeoDitronics. But probably the next game is probably gonna be something that is an entirely new viewpoint, because NeoDitronics is mostly circling back around the past and how you deal with your past. And definitely the next game is definitely gonna be something that relates to the philosophy of the future, which I think would be fun to learn about. I haven't read any books about the future, the philosophy that relates to something that is much more hopeful. So after this game's done, I'm definitely gonna have a lot of blast working on the next one. Maybe it's not a rhythm game anymore, but I'm still gonna have fun doing fictions.
oh yeah, that's it's nice to have a hopeful future, especially with like times like these.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into specifics, but
Yeah.
Thinking about the future and being more bright about it and like optimistic. Of course,
Yeah.
there's always an underside to it, but it's, can't can't
Yeah.
can't have the light without some darkness in it.
Yeah.
Um, as we're kind of like winding down the interview a bit, do you have any dream collaborations?
Dream.
Yeah, dream.
Dream.
Dream
Dream.
collaborations, whether it be like game dev or music. I know you really like to
Oh,
work by yourself, but I'm guessing you still have some collaborations you'd want to do.
I do. Yeah, yeah. For games, number one games. I do have a lot of wish lists. I am I'm really looking forward to collab with um definitely future Hajimeli games like Polymorphite and more games like that because I feel like I mean I want to collab with friends. So yeah. And maybe the furthest I don't want to dream something that's nonsensical. So like the biggest dream I am thinking of right now is probably maybe a collab with Arkea sometimes because Arkea is also going is also like one of the inspiration for my game where it goes around in this philosophical talk and this afterlife super melancholical vibe to it, which definitely influenced Neoditronics in a way, and I think it would be fun to see a crossover sometimes, and maybe unbeatable. I'm definitely thinking the I think I'm really looking. I think the number one right now is probably an unbeatable collab for my game because I also took inspos from that game, as in terms of narrative and gameplay mechanics, where you go around and in RPG world, and I think it would be fun because I'm also working on it, and people don't really like the chart as a tangent, but
Well, I I really like that chart. I know, like, I wasn't really gonna bring up your work on Unbeatable because, like, you was only like I think at least,
it's my first chart ever.
yeah, your like first couple of charts, and like you only had a
Yeah,
couple in there, but yeah, I like Motherbound. I don't know why people don't like it. I mean, well, actually, I kind of do, but like, I think it's fun. That might
yeah,
just be
it's
like
very fun.
me being a little sick and twisted with it. Who knows?
But yeah, yeah, yeah. We're getting sidetracked. I think that's probably all. I don't. I'm real. I really am not a core. Figros, whatever. I'll put in the list. I'm also thinking of Figros. Would be fun to like cross over. And my dream, like I cannot really think of a because like I'm not. Whenever I took inspirations from my game, I don't really think of something rhythm gamey. So if I am if like the number one collab if I want to have a collab that is like something that really resonates with my heart, it's probably Vivid Stasis that is already happened. So
Yeah.
maybe the next list would be hmm I don't know, something dreamy. I'm thinking about like if there's ever some games that are like dreamy and some that like resonates like somehow like is in the same narrative sphere as my game. I would love to collab. I just throw shit around. I've been sending invites for collaboration for a lot of games right now and like we're pretty chill about it. So it's fun.
I'm glad.
But
I'm
yeah, I
glad.
think if I were to give an answer, it's probably Archaea. Like it's a choice. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
what
would
about
love
the
to
like?
see if like I'm definitely thinking of something very stupid, like, yo, what if they do the storyline collab, like for Tano? I would die. I would cry from happiness.
Yeah,
I
that
would definitely love to add some Archaea characters on my game. If like if I were to like really tinfoil hat.
it's nice to dream big every once in a while.
Yeah, just
Um,
like what the game is. The game said it's okay to dream, the philosophy of it.
yeah. And what
And
about, yeah,
for
musically, I was about
music,
to ask.
oh, I don't really take music that seriously, but maybe some really like really niche bass music producers I would really love. Like I've been getting into bass music lately, so like maybe if I were to collab with Red Sign or like
Ooh.
or I'm definitely like someone who's like on the future side. If I were, I'm like semi. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna say I'm friends. I know wooden. I'm like a little. I'm like in the wooden sphere. Maybe I can collab with wooden. I would really love that. Or Ariel. Ariel would be
Oh.
really fucking cool. But I think Ariel prefers to stay solo. I'm definitely gonna collab with Showtime at some point. I'm
Yeah, I
definitely
was
gonna
thinking
do that.
Showtime. When you brought up
It's
bass music producer, I was like, yeah, no,
Yeah,
Showtime
Showtime's
makes
really good.
ah
Yeah.
fucking God.
In my
I
or or 4A maybe 4A is also my inspiration for happy music. And I've also been studying like jazz harmonies lately to like get to the level of 4A's compositional knowledge. So like maybe one day, me and 4A can collab and make a pretty jazzy chiptune music together. Who knows? And maybe Did It Dice. I don't know. I'm also thinking of Did It Dice because like Did It Dice is also my inspo for a lot of happy music too. I think yeah. After a lot of thinking, yeah, Did It Dice is like my inspiration for the past like 2 3 years in music. If I were to collab with them, I would be really happy. Yeah,
ah,
I'm definitely gonna think. I think my number one dream is definitely Did It Dice.
hell yeah. Um,
Yeah.
and as always, I ask these final two questions to everyone. What have you been listening to recently or playing recently? Either or both.
Oh. Okay, okay. I'm gonna answer both. I've been really ups. I'm gonna open up my SoundCloud. Because like usually how I listen to music is that I'm gonna like get obsessed over a certain genre all the time. Like I'm gonna get obsessed with a certain genre for like like a very for like a pretty short amount of time, like a month or something. And I'm gonna listen is that genre, and they're gonna switch around. So like every month has their own genre. So I'm gonna look in my SoundCloud history. I've been obsessing over. That's a lot of cool shit. Yeah. Hmm. I've been really obsessing over like bass. Yeah, it's it's just like transgender based music.
Transgender-based
Um,
music like Sizzy, I guess. First, f- prime example of transgender-based music. And
Wait, I haven't listened to Sizzy. Hold on, let me check.
oh,
Let me check.
yeah, that is like non-rhythm games aside, just thinking about more in general, like I listen to a lot of electronic music, and when I hear the phrase transgender bass music, I'm like,
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
Sizzy.
fuck yeah. Hmm.
That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
comes to mind
definitely.
first.
Yeah, this is what I mean by yeah, transgender music. I'm definitely have been obsessing over this lately, and a lot of like like Asian hyperbounds. Like I really like the Reset remix of Slash, the Ariel remix of Slash. That's also really fun. I'm gonna send you a link if you're gonna edit it in. Probably
I
not. I don't
probably
know.
not, but I'll. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'll take a
And
listen to
also
it.
the new Megarex compilations are really cool too.
Ooh, hell yeah. I've been hearing
Yeah,
about
I
that
really
because of Full Combo.
yeah, I've been really into this super like cute bass music lately. Like I've noticed a trend of like cute but also really violent bass music going on. Like definitely Ariel. Ariel's not really bass, but yeah, or Ice Soda like the goat. Ice Soda is definitely like up there, and I've been listening through their discogs for like so many times. And like I've also been listening to like Virtual Riot too. Like the new album
Mm,
is really good.
hell
It's
yeah.
not it's not so uh, it's not so transgender that it's gonna make me super love it, but it's still a really good album too. And yeah, I think the past few months I've been listening to nothing but bass music, high tech core stuff. Just like searching around something that is not chip tune, like what my like my comfort zone is.
Hell
I
yeah.
think yeah, that's mostly the music side. And for games, I'm gonna pull up my Steam. Open up Steam. Oh, my songs. Why not? Yeah, I've been listening to my songs a lot.
I mean, you're a musician. I hope you do.
I do. Yeah. It's an I feel like okay. The most obvious the most obvious answer ever. Ultra Kill. I've been playing Ultra Kill for
Yeah.
so long. Like ever since Layer 7 is out, I started playing after Layer 7 is out, and I've been like doing nothing but playing that for the longest time. Yeah, I don't really play rhythm games anymore. I'm retired. I'm slowly like I'm like I don't know what the English word for it is, but like it's the kind of like the shit where like when you're growing as an adult, you slowly
You're
lose
falling out of it,
interest.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm slowly falling out with age with rhythm games. I try to since I'm slowly getting into this game dev sphere, I definitely need to play a lot of games to find some inspiration. So like I started playing Ultra Kill. One of my friends just gifted me Getting Over It too. I'm probably gonna get to it at some point.
Oof.
My Jeff or
Yeah.
Chitsu. It's not pronounced that, but like the
Yeah.
director also gave me a lot of very niche indie games that I'm definitely gonna touch into. Like I've been getting really in I really want to talk I've been getting really into Disillusion ST lately. It's like a really really unknown retro horror games that is definitely like LSD Dream Emulator core. Like it's definitely inspired from LSD Dream Emulator, and it's I have been having a blast at this Illusion ST game. I'm gonna send you a link so you can show a footage. It's
Yeah.
really weird and really fun to play. It's something that like the gameplay is the control schemes are kind of uncomfortable, and with
Wow.
that being uncomfortable, I'm really into it. And like the soundtrack is also really good, and I have been studying it lately as an inspiration for NEODITRONIX soundtrack too. And it's really fun. I've always been that is the part of my life that I've completely erased it from my mind for no reason because of my condition. But yeah, I just realized I'm really into this kind of weird LSD dream type games. I have also been playing Sky COTL a lot, like a really wholesome games that's about just like exploring and saving souls. The Turtles is also really inspired from that, especially the
Yes,
stars,
Sky,
the
yeah.
very bright visuals too. It's also like really inspired from this game too. This game this game gives colors to my life, dude. And I haven't touched back at Deltarune right now because I'm stuck, but I'm probably gonna touch back at it later. I also really like Deltarune because also it's also pretty dreamy. I think you can probably catch the theme of the games I like to play, which is something that
Yeah.
is like pretty dreamy. Like
Very
Sky is like
dreamy.
Shader, the game, and I'm really into that. And I've also been trying to find a copy of LSD Dream Emulator at some point and sit down and actually play it at some point, which I will soon.
Hell yeah.
I've
I've
been seeing people playing it, and it's also really cool.
Nice. This reminds me of there's this Steam like Next Fest demo that I played. It was really I remember seeing Cheryl play it for like she streamed like a bunch of Next Fest demos, and one of them that caught
Oh,
my eye. I'm trying to find it so I can link it to you. It was
I think I know what you're talking
Nophenia,
about.
I think is the
I think
one. Yeah, hold on,
I think I know what you're talking about. Okay, let me look it up. No, Fenia.
I mm,
Yes! It's so
oh,
good! I
sorry if I
love the
re
visual so much. I should
yeah,
probably get to it.
it's really nice. I'm trying did it
This
where the
this is the dreamcore game. I like it.
yeah. I think the demo got delisted. Shit. Well, that's fine. But yeah,
It's
you get
there.
but yeah, you get it. That that was a
Yeah, yeah,
really
yeah,
nice
yeah. I like
experience of just like
it.
walking around and like hanging out, seeing like it's not really like despite like the aesthetics being a lot like weary and dreary about it, it's also just really I wouldn't call it horror. I'm not really huge on horror, but it is just like the weary and dreariness
Yeah,
adds to
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
vibe, and
yeah.
it's very weirdly comforting, I guess, is a way
Yeah,
to
I've
put it.
always been obsessing over it. Yeah. I think this is also why I don't really wanna call my game dreamcore anymore because it's definitely slowly spiraling out from that. But I really like this kind of dreamcore games too. That this is I feel like Nofina is more leaning towards the like the experience side of dreamcore, where like you can obviously see like there's a lot of reference to like full room and the clock and like a lot of what modern liminal space is, but like Neodotronics isn't really a liminal space game. It's more of a it's more of an Amori type dreamcore where it's more of a dreamcore towards the narrative side.
Hmm.
But yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And the final question.
I really love games about dreams, dude.
Yeah,
I like it.
I can tell.
Yeah.
Um, and I guess the final question, who do you like? Who do you want to put on? Like, who are you going to shout out in terms of like whether it's people you've worked with, musicians you've been listening to that you wish have a bigger spotlight? Yeah, just who do you want
Oh, shout out.
yeah, who
Okay,
do you
okay,
want to
okay.
shout out? Who do you want to put on?
Okay, okay,
Um,
I'm gonna go through my list. I'm gonna go through my list. Hmm. I- I'm definitely shouting out Flixona. Shout out Flixona. Like she helped through the entire process of proofreading Neo Electronics story, including chapter one, including the chapter zero rewrite, which totals up to currently 40,000 words, which is pretty insane work that she
Jesus.
did. It's generally really impressive, and she fucking AP'd until next time, but then like 4 hours. I don't like that, but it's cool. She's really impressive at a lot of this like impressive rhythm game things, and I really like it. And I'm definitely shouting out. Okay, who am I gonna shout out? Shout out Foodbot. I feel like Foodbot needs a lot more recognition. Like he low key got the curse of being like underground. Like I feel like he needs to get some sort of he got I think he need one more kick from some really big game so that he can like grow. I feel like since fixation of the stars blowing up, he kind of fell off a bit. Not fell off as in music, but like I don't know why, but his audience slowly falls down, and I feel bad for it. I feel like football definitely needs a lot more fans. He is generally really good at music. Like he is so good at mixing and a lot of things, and is really I think he definitely deserves more with like the whole EX
Mhm.
driver contribution with Engine Destroyer too. That's also
Yeah,
such a good song,
it was a
but
really
like
good track.
it's a good track, but like how is it only 50 plays on SoundCloud right now, bro? He's so underrated. I'm definitely shouting out Football. And it yeah, shout out my goat, Hyotsugon. They helped me with a lot of they helped me with my jazz music theory. a lot of shit too with the making of each other. Like there's like a 30-minute lecture session of Kyo and me just like discussing and and Kyo teaching me about how to do weird chords and a lot of weird modulations to the song in their style, and I'm really grateful for Kyo to do that. And f- shout out Star for being cute, Star underscore. Shout out my boyfriend. I
Hell
think
yeah.
I shout out my boyfriend Zero Pipin Osu. He is genuinely really good at graphic design. One of On my early days, a lot of my art skills and my graphic design, motion design skills are straight up just like coached by my boyfriend. So I'm gonna shout out that person too. And probably the last person I'm gonna shout out is probably Cheryl for honestly just being a great person. Cheryl has always been Cheryl is also like kind of like I'm not gonna say really bad, but Cheryl definitely did some as a person she really did some contribution to like my trans awakening. Like I know I just like my egg just cracked, but like
Yeah.
she low key like make me discover myself a lot faster than what I would without her. So I'm kind of really grateful that like she um like definitely give me the push and and like she really like I'm really glad she surrounds me with a lot of really friendly trans people like you, Cheryl. Gonna scroll uh Luca. Yeah, Luca. I'm really shouting at Luca, even though she's like super famous. Oh, a lot of wonderful people, yeah, like fuck, I don't Asaph. He was also really nice to talk to. There's Iris too. Iris and Irisu, two separate person. Star too. Yeah, I already shouted that out. I feel like because of her, I'm surrounded with a lot of very awesome trans people that like makes me discover myself a lot faster than before. And yeah, I think that's all people I'm gonna shout out.
Yeah.
It's really wholesome lately with the vivid
Yeah.
after being in the after being closer to the vivid stasis circle. I wouldn't think I definitely did not predict I would end up here, and low key, I'm really happy that I'm here.
Yeah, I'm glad. It's it's awesome to see, really.
Yeah. I'm finally on my uphill in life. I'm happy. It's
Yeah.
been downhill for so long, right?
Yeah, it happens. But, the pendulum always swings back harder, so, that upswing's gonna be
Yeah, this
one hell of a ride.
Yeah, action equals reaction type shit.
Yeah. And I've been doing it recently in terms of like ending these interviews. Is there anything you want to ask me? Um,
Ooh, yeah. I have a lot of questions for you.
we're already like passing out. I don't mind, but like,
I'm definitely thinking about um doing a DJ set at your place at some point. I know it's
I
like not now, not any
nah,
recently, but
nah,
like if I get to like DJ with you in the long distant future, I would love it so much. And
absolutely. You're like I've said this to
yeah.
like one of my friends before. Once you become my friend, you're legally obligated to go back to back with me before you die. I love
Yeah.
DJing. I love being able to pull some bullshit. And no matter who
I
I'm
love
with,
to B2B.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
I would really love to B2B with a lot of people. I would love to B2B with Cheryl. I don't know how am I gonna pull it off, but it would be fun to pull a mashup plus normal songs, not non-mashups. I'm not saying mashup is not normal. Fuck that. I'm saying like it would be cool to see mashup plus non-mashup songs being mixed, and with you, I would love to B2B. I don't know what songs you make, but I would
I,
still love to B2B with you.
yeah, no, I could see it working. I mean, in terms of my own music, I make literally it's hard trying I mainly label myself as an electronic artist because I can't really say I make just one genre or one thing. I'll share like once the recording's done, I'll like share a couple examples. But yeah, I anything under the sun I've probably tried, and if it's not released, that means it wasn't good. But
Yeah, I get it. Me too.
yeah, but I love experimenting and I love being able to put out whatever the hell I want without being too constricted to like a genre or a label or whatever. Like I'm grateful that I also have a community that accepts that and it's like and it's totally fine with me just doing whatever the hell I want.
Yeah, yeah. I really like that. Yeah.
Ah, but yeah. Thank you for letting me interview you. This was really a really fun interview. Very fun
Uh,
conversation. Thanks for reaching out. This is one of the first times where the interviewee has reached out first to be interviewed, and I think that's really nice. I'm honored, frankly.
that's kind of shading me a little for like
No,
as so
no, that's not.
like
Do not. I do not think of you any less because you were the one that reached out first. I feel no matter what, I feel like that's awesome. You were the one to reach out
yeah.
first.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, thank you for this. Yeah, I'm also it's also really fun to talk about my shit. Yeah.
yeah. It's great. It's great to yap
Also,
about.
like one question: are you gonna draw me, or am I gonna draw
Um,
myself?
what I usually do for the arts for at least for this new like a kind of generation like new kind of season is that I usually just pull from an art that like an artist sends me or like I ask the interviewee
Oh,
like hey is there like a piece of art that represents you and what like you want me to use. Hold on, I can like pull up a couple of thumbnails for it. There
okay.
was this one that
I
was
guess I can send.
this
I'm gonna send
one
you my. Yeah,
this
yeah.
one was pulled from Aerith's cover art for If You Get Lost, and you can kind of see like the
Oh, the
crusty
yeah,
little,
yeah,
but that's part of the charm, I think. Um,
yeah.
so yeah, if there's anything like that you would want me to have so I could use it for the thumbnail, then that's all.
I'm definitely gonna send you the softy fan art of me. It's the gayest fan art ever, and I'm so for it.
Yeah, it is. Well, that art was like really cute. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Before I end the interview, like end the recording, I will, speaking of like that ending and the starry art with, a little softy art with everyone, um, God, it's so surreal because of Digital Garden, Penelope and, Cheryl met, and then like seeing
Oh, that
Penelope's
is how they met?
yeah, that is how they met. They did not know each other before Digital Garden, and the fact that like we like a couple weeks later, the ending song is a Penelope song. I That is so surreal to me. That is exactly what I like out of Digital Garden as a space. It's
Yeah.
for people of like all different spheres to come together to watch each other do their cool shit and meet and then later on make their own kind of work together. And while,
Yeah, yeah,
there's
yeah.
no direct like anything done by me. I was the only thing I did was make them meet and then everything else happened naturally and that is all. I do not ask for more. That is I
Yeah, honestly, I really like that.
I cannot ask for anything more in my entire life. It was so like I cannot explain the feeling of that. It's so surreal and so beautiful. And I only hope for more shit like that to happen.
Yeah, I'm definitely rooting for you for that. It's
Like
so cool to see.
of course, yeah, I'd love to have my own direct mention in like art or whatever, but like I'm never gonna force it. Like, yeah, of course I'd love to have my music in rhythm games. I'm not gonna like directly try to make my music designed for rhythm games or whatever. I'm still gonna make whatever the hell I want, how I want to do it. And if it ends up being in a rhythm game or a game or wherever it shows up, I'm glad it's there, and I'm glad that what I brought out to the world can make something new. And
Yeah,
yeah.
art is fun. It's always fun.
Art is fun. It's
Yeah.
always great seeing art come out of more art and all of that jazz.
Yeah.
And I think
I love
that's
it. Yeah.
the perfect way to end the interview, I think.
Yay.
Yay.
Like, when's it gonna
Thanks.
premiere? Next
Premiere,
week?
yeah, next week. It will be like I usually do the recordings 1 week before they come out, so this Saturday, and then since we started this at 1, it would be 1 hour earlier that it would premiere. Um,
Ah,
yeah. I'll link it to you when I have the page up. But yeah, again, thank
okay.
you.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna go to sleep after
Yeah.
this.
Stop recording and